white people. Now here's the whitest guy you've ever seen. All right. Hell yeah. I came downstairs, I was like, it's probably about my time to go on, and then I just heard Cameron like, fuck white people. I was like, oh, this is gonna be some kind of something. So I guess we'll open with this. I was in New Orleans, the traditional, white people migration land. This is where we go to, to be debauched. I was down there doing stand-up, and before the show started, I decided I was going to go walk around the French Quarter, and they have a thing down there. It's called a hand grenade. Has anybody heard of a hand grenade? Okay, for those that don't know, a hand grenade is essentially, it's watermelon-flavored gasoline that you drink. That's what it is. And then all of a sudden, one side of your head weighs more, and you're just kind of stuck walking around like this, right? Just full of sugar and booze, and it's a good wall-punching beverage. But I drank one of those, and I was, feeling the effects, and I'm walking past this fancy hotel, and outside they have a restaurant downstairs, and on the street is their menu. And I didn't look at the menu, but I'm assuming because it's a fancy hotel, they probably had salmon and fillets and all kinds of like expensive shit. And as I'm walking by, there's this very, just large couple. I don't know how to say it. Just some big people are just looking at this menu, husband and wife, just staring at it. And I'm just walking by, just like, and I overhear the lady turns to the man and goes, they're looking at this menu, looking over $50 steaks and shit, and she turns to her husband and goes, "Hey, do you just want to say fuck it and go to Popeyes?" Yeah, good to be back in the South. That's where I'm from. I'm from Alabama originally. Grew up in Alabama. I was home. Yes, great. It's the best place on earth. Yeah, I can hear you cheering. But I was home for Christmas, and I had one of my favorite things that's ever happened to me in my entire life. I was at the movies with my mom and my dad and a couple aunts and uncles, and we went to a town called Montgomery, Alabama, to see a movie called Manchester by the Sea. This is what my mom wanted to do on Christmas, so gotta make mom happy. So we walk in, and by the way, if you haven't seen Manchester by the Sea, here's my impression of the whole movie in 2 seconds. It's just Casey Affleck, stand at the fucking water. That's the whole movie. Whole goddamn movie. And we're sitting there watching it, right? And behind us, there's two women just sitting there, and one of them is narrating the entire plot of the film in whispered tones. Like, she'd clearly seen it a bunch and had like dragged a friend there. It was like, you just gotta see this movie, And she was narrating the film, and like normally that would piss me off, right? But she was doing it in the craziest Southern accent, and it was just great. And I swear to God, this is a direct quote. She turns to her friend at one point, and I swear, she goes, he's emotionally shut off right now. But there's a twist coming. That's what she said. And if you've seen the movie, there is no twist coming. He's emotionally shut off the entire time. It's the plot of every male-driven Oscar bait film. They don't have feelings. But it was the best, and I came to the stark realization, which is this. Ladies and gentlemen, Gene Siskel is dead. Roger Ebert is dead. Leonard Maltin is on the way out, okay? We're losing We're losing film critics at an incredible rate. I'll kill Peter Travers in this joke, I swear to God if I'm wrong. We're losing film critics left and right, and I say, God damn it, let's make us a star. Would you not watch just fucking Tammy Johnson from Millbrook, Alabama come on the goddamn Today Show every day and explain movies in whispered tones? Just have her up there just like, well, Mufasa's dead, but Simba's gonna come back and be the Lion King. Like he said Rosebud when he died, but we don't know why yet. And we don't have to limit this to mainstream films. It can be any fucking movie. Just have her up there just like, well, everyone thinks he's delivering pizzas, but he's actually gonna have sex with her. Like, it could be anything. Not limiting ourselves here. I was in Austin, Texas recently, which was fucking great. I'll get to that in a minute, but on the way to Austin, you have to pass through, at least if you're coming from the east, you have to pass through Dallas. And I was coming through Dallas, it was like 7:30 in the morning on a Thursday, and I was trying to think, like, is there anything interesting in Dallas? Short answer, no. But long answer, because I'm like, I'm a history major, studied history, I'm fascinated by it. I'd never been to Dallas. I was like, I heard there's a museum dedicated to John F. Kennedy. at Dealey Plaza, which is where he, got murked. And I was like, I'll go see that. And in case you didn't know or couldn't figure this out, everybody at Dealey Plaza at 7:30 on a Thursday morning is a goddamn weirdo. Who would have imagined? It's just me standing there with a bunch of like long hair and glasses. It was like a fucking X-Files convention out there, okay? Just conspiracy nerds left and right. People had lasers on tripods, like sighting equipment, trying to figure out if the shot came from the 6th floor or from a spaceship, okay? That's who's out there at 7:30 on a Thursday. But I was standing on the street and I was going to lock my car, right? And coming down the street is what looked to be a class of about 3rd graders. And they have 2 chaperones with them. And they're walking, and I'm going to lock my car, minding my own, and I hear one of the chaperones say to the kids, "All right, you remember what we said? Stranger danger, stranger danger." Locking my car, I'm like, fucking, she's talking about me, god damn it. And I got indignant, I got pissed. I was like, fuck you, lady, I'm not the problem here, all right? I'm just a guy who likes history. You're the one taking baby on his first assassination vacation, all right? You're insane. Just a guy who likes history. I'm blocking the car and just like have her coming down the street like, all right, kids, walk a little faster. The recently divorced rockabilly werewolf might fuck with you. I'm gonna take you to where America lost its innocence the first time. Are you ready? It's gonna be great. But I get to Austin, and I'm in Austin, standing in line for barbecue, because that is 90% of what you do in Austin. Fuck them horns. You're standing in line for barbecue, right? And a kid on one of those like Wiz Khalifa fucking hoverboard things crashed into me while I'm standing in line. And that in of itself, whatever, fine. It's the future, you don't have control. But he did it with a phone attached to his face. He just bashed into me, he goes, "Oh, sorry man, I was taking a virtual tour of Austin." That's what he said. I was like, open your goddamn eyes and take a real tour of the city, And all of a sudden, I'd never had this thought before, but I was like, I fucking hate the future. I hate the future. I hate it. But I was also like, just that shoulder check must have knocked something loose, because I was suddenly like cursed, struck with a vision. Because I realized how the whole thing's coming to an end. When that like virtual reality, that VR headset thing, when that thing becomes standard with your Sprint plan and we all have one, and the first video game sensation hits, we're fucked. We're real fucked. You guys remember this summer the devastation wrought by Pokemon Go? And that game was not attached to your face, everybody. That was just a regular old in your hand. Now imagine that first badass game comes out and everybody, the whole goddamn country, is just like this for 4 months. Can't see, we got headphones on, can't hear, just loving it. Can't get enough. And after 4 months, we finally get bored and take them off, and there's just Chinese flags everywhere. I don't know, if you think this shit goes down in a war, you're sadly mistaken. It's gonna be Mario Kart or something stupid. The whole goddamn country like, "I'm gonna get you, Bowser." Oh fuck, you're here for their money. I'm a tour guide, drive around racist Australians mainly. I know you think it's just Mel Gibson's countrywide epidemic. I had a lady in the back seat of my car literally go like, "Oh wow, there's a lot of ethnics out today." And I was like, "Oh!" I'll tell you my 2 favorite things that's ever happened. One, I was driving around a group from Staten Island, and that's where my dad's from. So if you guys are keeping track, I'm half Alabama, half Staten Island, so I'm just the full spectrum of white trash up here. How you doing? I'm driving around this group, and this lady in the back seat, we're driving past the Hollywood sign, and I'm giving my spiel. I'm like, "Hey, this is the Hollywood sign, built in 1923. Each letter is 43 feet tall." And she goes, hey, shut the fuck up, I got a question. All right. Hit me, I love questions. This lady goes, where are the heads? I was like, what? She goes, the heads. The president's heads. Where are the heads? I was like, oh, fuck. She thinks that Mount Rushmore and the Hollywood sign are the same mountain. And like, here's the thing. thing, like, I get that, like, on the International House of Pancakes menu, those things are close together. But in real life, thousands of miles apart. So that's us, that's America, right? Here's my other favorite thing. I love Finnish people. I didn't know I loved Finnish people until I started driving them around, because they're the most depressing people on earth, and I love it. You're driving around a sunny, fun place like LA, and they're just like, yeah, it's great. That's what you get. That's the most you're gonna get. But I was with this family, again, we're at the sign, taking a picture, and there's this little 9-year-old girl, and she's the only kid in the group. So I take a picture of the whole family, and then I said to the kid, I was like, hey, would you like me to get your picture just in front of the sign by yourself? And this little kid goes, no. What would be the point? Something for Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, some shit like that? What the fuck? That's like an existential question. Kid, what do you think is the point? It's insane. Well, my favorite thing about that whole day, I was the same group, we're driving past the Scientology Center. I said the same shit I always say, Tom Cruise, John Travolta, prisoners on the 7th floor, whatever I say. There are, look it up. And I made my little spiel, and the little girl in the back said something, and I didn't quite hear her, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that? And before she could say anything, her dad just stepped in and just goes, our daughter's very critical of religion. Fuck yeah! We got a little pint-sized Friedrich Nietzsche over here. I had no idea. But it does make touring difficult to have to be the jabroni that's just like, hey, you know, they say Marilyn Monroe haunts the Roosevelt Hotel, and have homegirl in the back just like, no. Not haunted. No ghost, no God, no afterlife. Existence is meaningless, and human consciousness merely an unfortunate byproduct of Darwinian evolution. Hand me my sippy cup, Papa. I'm thirsty. So there you go. Thank you, everybody. Give it up for us. Kristin, and many more.
Where's Langley, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow! That was amazing!
Oh
my God!
man!